Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Literary Day with English O'Clock. As you know, it's already Friday and we are going to continue with My Mother at 66 by Kamala Das CBSE PYQs and other important questions. But before we get into the video, very happy Diwali to all of you. Hope you have a lovely time with your family and I hope this Diwali is going to be really prosperous for all of you. Okay, without much of delay, let's get into the video. Now, अगर आप wonder कर रहे हो about the explanation video that's already posted on my YouTube channel, आप देख सकते हो. This video is very much there on my YouTube channel, and you can. I'll also share the link of this video in my description box so that you don't have to go here and there for explanation. आप link पे tap करके आप explanation video देख सकते हो. Okay. Now let's get into the CBSE PYQs and important questions. ठीक है, पहला क्वेश्चन है हमारा. द पोएट कमला दास हैज ब्रॉट इन द इमेज ऑफ स्पिलिंग चिल्ड्रन विद द इंटेंशन ऑफ bringing a contrast. Why? Because see, what was happening inside the car was totally inactivity, laziness, and nothing was happening. But what was happening outside was just a symbol of exuberance, liveliness. So she wanted to bring out a contrast कि गाड़ी के अंदर जो atmosphere है and the atmosphere that's outside, that is totally opposite. Now, why has the poet mentioned many children spilling out of their homes in the poem? So, why she has mentioned, obviously, the very same question, she has done it in order to give an idea of a contrast, that it is very, very contrasting. What is happening inside is very contrasting to what is happening outside. How does Kamala Das try to put away the thought of an aging mother? By diverting her mind, and when I say diverting her mind, then she diverted her mind by looking at the youthful and the active young children and the sprinting trees. है ना? Youthful children who were just coming out of the houses to play, and obviously the sprinting trees, that is walking trees. It appeared as if the trees were running. So it's just symbolism of youth. What was the poet's childhood fear? Her fear was losing her mother due to old age. Losing her mother due to old age. It's like talking of the inevitable death. That she is sick, that is why losing her. Why has the poet's mother been compared to late winter's moon? Similar to the moon, the poet's mother is also very old, filled with wrinkles, and that is why it is said that it is quite appearing, the scene is appearing to be of a very old lady. She has lots of wrinkles and she has not a her skin is basically not very clear. That is why hazy appearance, that was the word I was looking for. Hazy appearance, actually. The mother is quite a bit of hazy. Looking at the mother we would see, because the face is not clear. And similarly winter का moon भी बहुत hazy होता है because वो एकदम fog से covered होता है. Why? Okay, sixth question. What does the poet's smile in the poem My Mother at 66 show? Now, poet's smile is a symbol of optimism, symbol of hope, and a sense of positivity. That I'm smiling right now, all I did was smile and smile, because she was not interested to give all her tensions or stress to the mother. Rather, she wanted that the mother should be hopeful that they are going to see each other again and things will be better. Okay, why are the youngsters described as springing? It's like it should be actually trees described as sprinting. The question would be more appropriate like this. Why? Because the trees are a symbol of journey and activity. These young trees, they are very youthful and they're appearing as if the trees are also running. Same contrast hai how it is active and inactivity. वो सारा contrast है ये inactivity and activity inside the car and outside, lethargy and all of that. What were the poets feeling as she drove to the Kochi airport? Obviously, she was in a sense of fear and a sense of loss. She was scared, bit anxious, very perplexed that what will happen. It might be a possibility that the next time I'm going to come, I might not see my mother. All these feelings were right there. Okay. Driving from my parents' home to Kochi last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, doors open mouth, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. Where was the poet driving to? She was driving to the Kochi airport, and probably from her mother's home. She's driving to her own home. One thing, that is, she could be married. Second option is she could also be studying somewhere else. That's why. Who was sitting beside? The mother. It's very strict, easy. Old mother. What did the poet notice about the mother? Obviously, the mother is old, and she's actually very old, and she's very aged, and her face is like doors open mouth, like with an open mouth she's sleeping. And with old age, the thing is, people can actually sleep anytime, fall asleep anytime and anywhere, and she's like that, and she's not even moving a little bit, so she's appearing that of a corpse. Basically, her old age, her lethargy, her exhaustion, everything. Which thought made the poet feel painful? The fear of losing the mother. Basically, this thought, childhood fear of losing the mother. That's the childhood fear. Figure of speech, her face ashen like that of a corpse, very very easy, like hair. So then that is going to be a simile. There's no doubt about it. But soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, merry children spilling out of their homes. अच्छा, इस क्वेश्चन में ना स्पिलिंग भी हो सकता है, इंस्टेड ऑफ यंगस्टर डिस्क्राइब्ड एज स्पिलिंग, बिकॉज वो बाहर आ रहे हैं सारे यंगस्टर्स ना टू प्ले. अगर हम यंगस्टर्स लेते हैं तो स्पिलिंग, ट्रीज तो स्प्रिंटिंग. So the youngsters are coming out to play in the park. Okay. Moving on. Name the poet and the poet. Kamala Das, my mother at 66. What thought did the poet put away? Losing the mother. The death of the mother is what the thought that she put away. Why are the young trees described as sprinting? Because when she's moving into the car, it is appearing as if the trees are continuously running. Because of the journey thing, it is appearing as if the trees are continuously running. How do you know that the joyful scene did not help her drive that thought away from her mind? Why? Because of the contrast, number one, and the reality. Because she could see the mother who was very old. Even though she was thinking of all the diversions, all distractions, but nothing of that sort helped her out. Rather, she was just bothered with the same thought. I looked again at her, worn pale as late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood fear. So her childhood fear, her old ache. She's again and again thinking about the same thing. But all I said was, see you soon, Amma, and all I did was smile and smile and smile. Again, poet and poem बताना same है, childhood fear same है ये भी. Poetic device used in line 1 and line 2, but soon put the thought away and looked at young trees sprinting. अब young trees sprinting है, trees run कर रहे हैं, so it is like a personification. Young trees बोल रहे हैं और trees भाग रहे हैं. Merry children spilling, that's a metaphor wherein you are comparing these things. Symbolism भी है जिसमें हम youth से कंपेयर कर रहे हैं, सिंबल दे रहे हैं उसको. लेट विंटर्स मून, ये वाला क्वेश्चन ऑलरेडी मैं एक्सप्लेन कर चुकी हूँ पीछे अभी. ओल्ड फेमिलियर एक, माई चाइल्डहुड फियर, but all I said was see you soon, Amma, and all I did was smile, smile and smile. Old familiar ache, it's her childhood fear, that it is something thing that she's already aware of, and this fear has been there with her for a very long period of time. It is not something which is new. What was the poet's childhood fear? Again same, losing the mother. What do the first two lines tell us about the poet's feeling? Old familiar ache, all I said was, obviously there's a lot of love for the mother, and there's also a sense of optimism that I don't want to be negative and I don't want to spread the negativity by saying to my mother that I'm worried. Rather, she's optimistic that yes, I will meet her again. The word smile, again optimism bata raha hai. I saw my mother beside me. Who is I? The poet. I realized with pain mother's declining age. Realization painful because with the declining age, the inevitable death is something which will come in picture. Inevitable death is something which will come in picture and you cannot escape from that death. यहाँ पे हमारे पास ashen like that of a corpse. Again, there's a simile, comparison है, wherein the mother has been compared to a dead body, as if the sleeping mother has been compared to a dead body because she isn't moving at all. Sleeping mother compared to a dead body. Okay. I saw my mother beside me do the open mouth face action like that of a corpse, but soon put that thought away. What worried the poet when she looked at her mother? Old age. Why was there pain in her realization? Because the pain comes from the fact that death. That is why. And she was scared. She was fearful that this might be happening. Why did she put that thought away? Obviously, it made her guilty of thinking about the mother's death, and she was scared altogether. Very, very fearful of the same scene. Okay, just 1 second. Scared. Moving on. Figure of speech used in the line. Multiple figure of speeches है यहाँ पे तो. यहाँ पे है, like है, and as old as she looked. Simile है. सब में ही है almost. Looked out at the young tree sprinting, the merry children spilling. But after the airport security check, I looked again at her, worn pale face. How can the trees... Because of the journey. It's a continuation process. Why did the poet look at her mother again? Because she was bidding her farewell. That is why. What did she observe? She observed that the mother is just very old, very aged. She could see. Figure of speech बताने हमें फिर से. Merry children spelling है और looked at young trees sprinting. ये दोनों हम पहले भी कर चुके हैं. Figure of speech कोई बहुत ज़्यादा different नहीं है. सब बड़ी common figure of speech है. तो वही repeat हो रही है बार बार. I looked again. अब poetry इतनी लंबी है नहीं already, है ना? तो repeat तो होंगी. Moving on. And felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, see you soon, Amma, smile and smile. Name the poet. Again, same, Kamala Das. What was the poet's childhood fear? Childhood fear was that the mother would be dead very soon. What does a smile signify? Optimism hai. And word ache means it's pain, it's fear. अब ये भी similar ही है. कुछ different नहीं है, आप देखो. एक्सट्रैक्ट में तो कुछ ज़्यादा सेम ही है मोस्टली सब, क्योंकि पोइट्री सेम ही है, कुछ होगा तो नहीं. एंड विच थॉट इज द पोएट ट्राइंग टू डू? मिसिंग द फ्लाइट, फियर ऑफ लूजिंग अ मदर. विच थॉट इज द पोएट ट्राइंग टू पुट अवे? फियर ऑफ लूजिंग अ मदर. द पोएट्स मदर is described as open mouth because she is dozing, sleeping. Doze is sleeping. There's a difference between this doze and this doze. This means sleeping. This is the medicine. Right? Medicine, and this is sleeping. Children spelling metaphor, and young tree sprinting is personification. Young trees sprinting. The sight of the trees and the children help the poet divert her mind. She tried, but that was not possible, of course. In the given extract, the phrase realize with pain indicates the poet. अब हम इसमें कह सकते हैं that her desperation, her anxiety, troubled part, ill health. अब बताओ आपको क्या लगता है? Ill health of course would not be the case. Troubled past, ऐसा भी कुछ past नहीं है, but there is this anxiety that comes along with this, that this is something which might happen. So she was quite anxious. एंजाइटी की बात होगी इसमें, ठीक है. मूविंग ऑन. द साइट ऑफ द कोची, द पोएट्स एजिंग मदर. द साइट ऑफ द यंग ट्री, द मैरी चिल्ड्रन ऑन द वे टू कोची इज द डैश पोएट्स एजिंग मदर. कॉन्ट्रास्ट है. स्पीक्स ऑफ एन ओल्ड फेमिलियर एक. व्हाट कुड बी द रीजन? बिकॉज एज ना, ग्रोइंग ओल्ड, दैट इज द रीजन. नथिंग डिफरेंट. Now, these were some questions. Now, questions इसमें कोई बहुत डिफिकल्ट नहीं है, क्योंकि पोइट्री ही बहुत छोटी है और हमारा थीम भी बहुत छोटा है. तो एक्सट्रैक्ट में मोस्टली सारे क्वेश्चंस कवर हो ही गए हैं आपके. और इम्पॉर्टेंट पोइटिक डिवाइसेस भी इसमें मल्टीपल टाइम्स रिपीट हो गए हैं. तो आई डोंट थिंक कि आपको ऐसा कोई पोइटिक डिवाइस ऐसा होगा जो आपको नहीं समझ आया होगा. स्टिल इफ देयर समथिंग जो आपको नहीं समझ आया, फील फ्री टू रीच आउट टू मी. फील फ्री टू इधर मेल और जस्ट ड्रॉप इन कॉमेंट in the comment section, and I'll revert back and I'll just help you out as far as I could. Okay, enjoy the weekend, celebrate the festivals with the utmost zest and zeal, And I'm going to see you on Monday with parts of speech ka series, which we're going to continue. And again, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel if you haven't already, because my plan is to complete your board syllabus before your pre-board, so that आपको एक one stop solution मिल जाए for all your answers, for all your queries, because I know that children usually struggle with English generally. Okay, with this I'm going to sign off. Thank you.